It says the results are probable paternity 99.99999%.
Percent what?
Yes, he's your father.
This man is my father? This man is my father? My mama lied to me again.
On September 15th of this year, gospel music star, Kirk Franklin, revealed in a video documentary entitled Father's Day, a Kirk Franklin story, that he had taken a DNA test and found his biological father, after years of uncertainty. Kirk Franklin is one of the most well-known gospel stars of all time. He has won 19 Grammy Awards and numerous Stellar Awards. He is one of a few gospel music artists who has been able to cross over to mainstream. He's performed with rap superstars like Salt and Pepper. And, in 2021, he performed at the BET Awards with rapper Lil Baby. For over 30 years, he has been able to combine gospel music with sounds from hip-hop, rap, and R&B, and appeal to a younger generation. This unique talent has earned him the distinctive title of King of Urban Gospel. However, despite his fame and financial success, Kirk Franklin started out in humble beginnings. He oftentimes struggled with issues of identity and with addiction. He was abandoned by his mother at the age of 3 and raised by his great-aunt Gertrude Franklin. At the 1999 Essence Awards, Kirk Franklin described the impact of growing up in poverty, without his mother, and without a father. Take a listen.
I wasn't blessed to graduate high school, and I regret it every day. I regret it every day because I have 3 children, and it's embarrassing for me. I mean, I understand the challenge.
At the age of 3, Kirk Franklin was abandoned by his teenage mother, left on the doorstep of his 64-year-old great-aunt in Fort Worth, Texas. Gertrude Franklin raised young Kirk in the church, the source of his inspiration and the cause of much torment.
The kids calling you church boy, and, sissy, and, gay, and, just calling you a punk. It made life rough, but I'm not in prison, I'm not on drugs. My children know their daddy. My wife knows her husband. So if it took that for me to get there, then praise God for the storm.
Not being raised by his birth mother and birth father created a bit of an identity crisis for Kirk Franklin. In May 2020, in a Mother's Day tribute to his great-aunt who raised him, Kirk Franklin revealed on social media that his name did not even start off as Kirk Franklin. He wrote, "I was born Kirk Mathis. My name was changed to Kirk Smith when my biological mother married a man in the military so I could be on his insurance. Still, I ended up being abandoned, until this beautiful lady legally adopted me and gave me the last name of her deceased husband Jack Franklin. Hence, the name Kirk Franklin was officially born after Kirk was adopted by his great-aunt, Gertrude Franklin." However, Gertrude Franklin never got to see Kirk Franklin's success. She passed away in 1987 when Kirk Franklin was just 17 years old. However, in early 2023, the remarkable happened. Kirk had gotten word that a man by the name of Rick Hubbard had had a relationship with his mother Deborah as a teen. To ensure that he did not suffer disappointment again, he and Rick Hubbard took a DNA paternity test, which confirmed that Rick Hubbard was indeed his father. But who is Rick Hubbard? Rick Hubbard is a successful healthcare executive from Texas. So, while Kirk Franklin grew up in poverty, could it be that his biological father was doing quite well? Not exactly. While Rick Hubbard did achieve financial success, his success has had its ups and downs. In the 1990s, he struggled with drug and alcohol addiction and had to enter rehab. Take a listen to Rick Hubbard describe how he overcame his addiction problems, and in the process, found God. This video was recorded before Kirk discovered that he and Rick were father and son.
But somewhere around the mid-90s, 95, 95 or 96, emotionally and spiritually, things started to really get compromised for me. Even though I had done fairly well financially, I had not taken very good care of my financial life. I was a bit reckless and ended up in a lot of debt to the government, to the IRS. And, you know, the pressure of dealing with that and all the other business related pressure just kept me in that cycle, you know, getting caught up. And then it was no longer a party. You know, I was drinking and using when I didn't want to. I was doing it just to cope and just to deal with the stress and the pressure and the fear and the anxiety. And, you know, my descent was a very gradual, very slow, almost imperceptible descent until I got really close to the bottom. And then I realized I'm in trouble and I can't get out. You know, my dad was not so much of a church guy, but I never saw my dad go to bed without getting on his knees and praying, ever. And, you know, but my dad drank big bottles of whiskey. This guy could drink. And, you know, but the concept of really relying on a power greater than myself was totally foreign to me. Yeah. I didn't know a power greater than me. I mean, and I'm not being facetious when I say that. I knew people that were wealthier, that appeared to be smarter, but I did not know anybody that was capable of outperforming me. And that's the way I thought. And so the whole idea and the concept of surrender and relying on something unseen, I can't touch it, I can't taste it, I can't smell it or quantify it. You know, I can't place a value on it.
You have to believe in it.
That was a foreign concept. And so when I was able to, you know, take the steps, I took a third step and I surrendered. And there was so much freedom in that. There was so much freedom. I didn't know where my life was going to go out of that. After that, there was some fear, but I knew that the life that I had created for myself was one that I did not want to go back to.
So, while Kirk Franklin was bursting onto the gospel music scene in the 1990s and sharing his message about God to the world, his father was discovering God for himself. The parallels to their lives are uncanny and highlight the effects and impact of unresolved issues across generations. So, what does it mean for a man who did not know and understand a power greater than himself to have a son who is arguably one of the biggest names in gospel music? Hopefully, Kirk Franklin finding his biological father can help him heal some of his childhood wounds. Also, given the miraculous nature of Kirk Franklin discovering Rick Hubbard, it can help Rick with his own spiritual journey.
It made life rough, but I'm not in prison, not on drugs. My children know their daddy. My wife knows her husband. So if it took that for me to get there, then praise God for the storm.